Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it appears that Duet Night Abyss might be having yet another bit of a devs listened moment, because they put out a bit of an address, they put out a bit of a bulletin that seems to cover a lot of the big issues that a lot of players have been having, especially in regards to one important topic, which is monetization and the shop. And the funny thing is, you can directly see that that's what the topic is about over here. And I already made a video regarding this matter. And what you might have noticed is that this video over here of me saying DNA has a massive problem, well, if you just look at the thumbnail, it's kind of clear why I said that. I said the shop button is useless. I said there wasn't really a lot of things for people to buy in the game, and that was going to be a bit of a concern. And as you can imagine, right, there are always going to be those absolute idiots that show up in the comments section, breeding toxic positivity, trying to actively make the community worse by A, disliking this video, and then also saying shit like this. What a time we live in. Not having pay to win is a problem. Game is so good, we are worried about their monetization choices. I don't think that one's actually that bad. Saint, after a couple of days, will probably upload a video titled, I was wrong about everything. This is a masterpiece. Well, it is a couple of days later, and the video that I'm going to be uploading is, I was fucking right. Again. So let's go ahead, let's go through this bulletin and see exactly what's going on over here with these changes. Dear Fox Hunters, nice to see you again. Since our last bulletin, we've received numerous suggestions and words of encouragement. Thank you all for your continued support of Duet Night Abyss. We sincerely apologize for the issues that many of you encountered during the first week, such as co-op commission freezes, incompletable quests, and rampant cheating. Yeah, they banned a shit ton of people, and have also made a lot of optimizations to the mobile experience. At the same time, through social media, community channels, customer support, and in-game surveys, we've also noted many valuable suggestions. And it appears they might actually be tapping into them. So let's read more. Regarding in-game issues, friendly game issues, that's one of the events. We can just move past it. It's they've got a hotfix and everything set up. Nothing too important over here. Following up on that, they've got cheating and bans. Since launch, we've identified players using unauthorized programs to gain advantages, severely undermining fair play. And so they basically got a full list of the people banned. And if you're banned incorrectly, go reach out to customer service, blah, blah, blah. Now they're also talking about how they're improving the accuracy and speed to make sure that more cheaters in the future can get banned a lot faster. They also have a zero tolerance policy to cheating scripts, etc. Nothing too crazy to cover over here. The issue's already done and over with. We've also got a video regarding it on the channel. And so now we got fixes for other issues. Since launch, we received countless reports via social platforms, communities, support, in-game surveys, blah, 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 all of that. Each bit of feedback is really important for improving the game, and we prioritize and begin addressing these reports. And rest assured, we will fix issues in order of priority. So some of the issues that they're going to be fixing include missing items and rewards for various quests, verifying data to make sure that they're coming out, and that's essentially the main one that's going to be worked on, and they'll probably reveal, you know, some of the other things in the future. And so now, let's get into, after that kind of preamble that we just went through, now let's get into the real meat of these optimizations. We've received extensive feedback on the game's monetization since launch. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it turns out I actually had the majority opinion over here. A lot of players also agreed that there was really nothing to actually spend money on in the fucking game, and that was a bit of an issue because we don't want the game to EOS because we see all of the potential. Yes, we want more skins, we want all of that, so on and so forth. As adjustments in this area can impact different users in different ways, we have been carefully considering any changes. Because yes, this is the topic of monetization in the shop, and we apologize for the delay in providing an update. After a week of gathering feedback and reviewing in-game data, we would like to outline the following upcoming monetizations, or the upcoming optimizations to monetization. First, the Lunotress Monthly Pass. The monthly pass will be optimized via an online update later today on November 5th. The one-time purchase reward will change from a Foxine Plumal to a Foxine Plumal times 300 plus a commission manual for volume. So this is where stuff is actually going to be a little bit interesting. So when you look at the shop right now, you're going to notice, okay, I can go ahead, I can jump on into it and get the whole monthly thing. Well, you now get a massive fucking commission manual on top of it, and you get one of these every single day. So that update is already in the game. In the past, you didn't get the commission manual on either of these. So now you get a 2,000% reward one over here, and then you get the 200% one every single day. Huge W for progression. Huge W for individuals, right? That maybe don't have 15 hours a day to spend on the game, right? They maybe play for only like 3, 4, or 5. They've got a kid, they got work, they got all of that. This is something that's really going to help out the progression over here for those players. So that's looking pretty solid. That's looking pretty good. Now, let's move on and see what else we got going on. We've already covered those 2 changes. They're essentially improving the rewards. They're making it more valuable. It costs exactly the same as it did before. A nice USD $4.99. It is not more expensive. You're just getting more out of it. So that's the first change. Pretty good. Players who already purchased the monthly pass will receive supplementary items based on the adjustments above, because I'm somebody that's already done that. After the update, a player who purchased 3 monthly passes and claimed the pre-update rewards on November 5th will receive 3 manuals and then 3 of the other manuals in the mail. Because yes, it's kind of like it's kind of like a retroactive sort of reward. You'll get it in the mail. I'll show what it looks like when I actually do get it. After the update, we will need to collect purchase and redemption data from this period. This process may take some time, but we expect to distribute all supplementary items via mail within this week. It's a little bit of a concern to me that they kind of had to do this manually versus being able to just like automate it as a feature. But hopefully in the future, they'll be able to smooth this process out, because it seems like they got like one guy in like customer service who's like looking through all the logs and then sending out the rewards that way. But yeah, it's going to take a while. Just keep that in mind if you are somebody that has already purchased this stuff, like I have. And now let's move on to future paid content. We have also taken a note of your concerns and suggestions regarding monetization. Based on this feedback and supporting data, we will continue to adjust and refine our approach to paid content. In the next version, in addition to new skins in Myriad and new themed skins in the shop, more skins, which is literally what people are asking for, the following additions and optimizations are planned. Paid weapon skins will be introduced, with prices expected to range from $1 to $10. Awesome. Seems like a very affordable price range for individuals, especially when you consider the amount of playtime that people have in this game. Version updates will also add paid and free character accessories, allowing you to better customize your favorite characters. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is a wonderful ask, because when you look into and you look at the cosmetics tab at the moment, this is what you got. You got a fish, and you got a great swordfish, and then you got this. Okay, this one's pretty cool. It's the lightsaber, but that's like it. That's it. There's like a couple of other like small tertiary sort of things. There's like a whatever the fuck that's supposed to be. Okay, that's just the Wuthering Waves thing. Okay, I didn't even know they had this in the game. That's actually kind of okay. They just stole the I'm pretty sure they got Kuro's permission, but yeah, that's the Wuthering Waves gourd over there. But like, what else? Like, there's just nothing. And that's what the game had on release. Literally nothing. So yeah, they're going to add more weapon skins over there. That's going to be good for the game. They're also going to have new avatar frames, avatars, title backgrounds, and other cosmetic content. I'm a little bit more iffy about this stuff. I don't think a lot of people really care that much about things like frames and shit like that. But it's relatively low budget things that you can just monetize for fun. I don't expect there to be a lot of sales from stuff like this, but I mean, there's going to be a couple people out there. I think most people are just looking for like in-game skins and that sort of thing. But at least they're exploring more opportunities. Please look out for future announcements regarding how these will be obtained. Next, the limited time exchange event, or the limited time exchange item, Snap Freeze, will be optimized to include a co-op interaction feature. Future limited time exchange items will also include interactive features. Specific effects will be introduced in a future bulletin. So this is them essentially saying that, yes, your super expensive things, right? Like this fucking car that you can unlock by paying a lot of money, they'll make these better. Because right now, this is like, essentially, this costs you 50 of these iridescent prisms. The skin costs you 25. So this is about twice as expensive as the actual skin, and it's like an emote or something like that. So I think they're making these more rewarding and giving these more of like a use case because, well, right now they don't really do that much. So I think that's kind of like the point. I can agree with that. Yeah, if they're going to be that expensive, if the car is going to be the price of 2 skins, make it worth the price of 2 skins. I think that's good that they're doing that. Providing high-quality in-game experience remains our ongoing goal. We will continue to expand the variety and volume of cosmetic content, improve skin quality, and add interactive elements to make them more diverse and engaging. This is just an example of something that I feel like needs to be changed immediately. A part of Psyche's skin is the fact that you have new wings. You cannot recolor these wings. you can recolor the rest of the fucking outfit. This is just an example of the monetization right now, to me, really kind of shitting the bed. Because let me just go ahead and show you a cool outfit that I had, well, ready to go, right? I actually unlocked some of the, okay, wait, there's no way to, like, relock them, right? I'm pretty sure I already had it set up before. I was like, wait a second, did I, like, lose the colors? There's no way I lost the colors, right? When I reset it back to default. Anyways, I had, like, something like this going on where I, like, changed all of her colors to red. And you would go in, you would have, like, this whole red layout, and then your wings would be blue. Your wings would end up just being blue, like the rest, like the baseline skin. And there's no way, as far as I'm concerned, to recolor them. And to me, that's kind of just a massive miss. To me, it's a miss that I'm going to be permanently stuck with blue wings because the outfit is blue and I cannot recolor them. And it's just a little bit frustrating because you can craft like one of the nicest looking outfits ever, and then you'll have this bullshit color scheme detachment that just makes you feel like it's not worth it. I don't feel like it's worth it at all to recolor this skin or even explore that part of like the monetization, because what's the point when I'm always going to have a permanent mismatch? It pisses me off. It looks like shit and I don't want to do it. And so the simple solution is make every single part of the skin, I don't know, recolorable. Also show you what the wings are going to look like as well with the layout that you have. Like, as far as I'm concerned, there's no way to actually see it. And I thought that this was going to be the thing that actually changes it, because this is like the energy of the character. I thought that the energy of the character, if you chose a specific color, was going to make the rest of the energies, right? It was going to make them red as well. But this only changes the color of her projectiles. And shit, it doesn't change the color of the wings. So now you got blue wings, you got red projectiles, red animations, or like red attacks, and you're just like, what the fuck is even going on? This looks like a disaster. And so you're not incentivized to recolor them this way. I might as well just do like a demo over here so I can show you guys just how dog shit this looks. I'll change this one to like pink, and then I'll change this one to like, I'll change this one to like purple, right? Yeah, that actually looks kind of nice. We'll go with this one for now, right? I'll just use the dice to show it to you guys. Looks kind of cool, right? They're still blue. I changed all the other butterflies to a different color, but then the main skin's butterfly, they're fucking blue. So yeah, I've wasted a bunch of dyes. You want to know why? Because I was like, damn, this looks like kind of shit. Let me just go ahead and make everything the default now. Because, again, it kind of looks like shit. And unfortunately, when you do that, you don't also keep the skin that you already unlocked. I just figured that out. Because I originally had like a red and black one before. I reset back to default, and then the color is now locked again. So maybe if you unlock a color on a skin, it just permanently stays unlocked. Maybe that would also make sense too. The fact that I unlocked it, and then I went back to the default, and now I have to pay again to re-unlock it, I'm not gonna lie, it's actually kind of criminal. It just makes you want to engage with the cosmetic system even less. And there's already not a lot of reasons to engage with it because you can't even recolor half the shit. That's a bit of a pitfall, and I feel like that's something, like right now, I don't even want to buy color palettes because they feel like a scam. I would buy more color palettes if it unlocked the colors permanently on the outfit. But now that I know it's like temporary, I'm like, what's the point of even recoloring skins? I'm only gonna have one look at a fucking time, and then I'm gonna have to start paying money just to switch the fucking colors. It's cooked. So yeah, fix that up. People will buy more palettes, I guarantee it. The fact that you're making palettes disappear, people just don't even want to buy colors in the first place or even explore recoloring because it feels like such a scam. Now, let's wrap this all up. We always welcome your feedback and suggestions through all our channels, and we remain committed to our original promise to listen carefully to every fox hunter. Please continue to follow Luno's Bulletin, and we will use it to keep you informed about development progress, optimizations, and upcoming content. Honestly, a pretty good update over here. I just want to see a lot of the changes that I talked about looked at and revisited too. Thank you for your continued understanding and support. As a token of our appreciation, we have also sent you a gift. Be sure to log it and claim it in-game. 30 secret letter clues, 3 blue manuals. That's okay. That's not really that much. That's 30 secret letter clues is kind of nothing. And a commission manual 2 times 3. I guess that's pretty neat as well. It is what it is, right? So, just some freebies, nothing too crazy, but the highlights that I'll definitely say is the new battle pass, or the new monthly pass, looks actually really solid now. You get some pretty damn actually decent rewards from it, and all the promises that they made regarding skins. hopefully they'll follow through and actually make more of these things feel like they're worth it and just have way more of them. Because yeah, not having a release skin for every unit and people not really being that happy about engaging with the gacha, that's not really something that you want in a game like this, especially when cosmetics are going to be one of the main driving forces of revenue. That'll be that for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you all thought about our coverage over here. Seems like the devs are listening, but we'll just have to see what the final changes actually are. Let me know what you all thought about this one. Peace out.